Well, that was fun. I just got done talking to myself for like 4 minutes and then realizing I didn't hit the record button on my iPhone. That was freaking brilliant. So it's Wednesday, January 19th, 5:13 p.m., 2022. And I'm down to 3% battery on my iPhone, so I'm shooting on the NUU Obama phone, which at this point has absolutely no data on it. So I'm making phone calls on it and sending texts on it, and other than that, this is like backup camcorder when my battery dies. All right, I got a message coming in on Snapchat on the iPhone. Let's answer that. I am so disappointed that last bit of video that I thought I was shooting wasn't shooting, because I had quite the sketchy bus stop experience. Had a guy doing fentanyl, was clearly twacked out on whatever. He had his torch next to him, and he was crushing up his blues on apparently like a piece of foil or something to smoke it, and also messing with the smartphone. Had all kinds of garbage and stuff surrounding where he was sitting on the ground between the two bus seats. It's one of those new style bus stops that has 4 seats as opposed to a bench, 2 in each direction with spaces in the middle of them. On the seat next to him was a woman I'm assuming is his girlfriend. It's sad how many young, attractive single women are rolling with guys like that could hook up with could probably hook up with a decent guy, that actually probably, a lot of lonely single guys that actually have jobs and apartments, but these bitches want drugs, so that's what's up with that. Anyway, I sat there I was probably there about 10 minutes waiting. The route made it look like, by the way, that's one of the big parking rides there to the south. I believe it's called Desert Sky Park and Ride. And this road here to the south, sorry, I just jumped. Oh yeah, you gotta wait because I'm jaywalking. It's 79th Avenue going south of McDowell, and going through all that there is going that direction is that giant park and ride, which you can see has got a lot of covered parking, but I don't see a lot of cars there. And it's got a special carpool entrance to the I-10, which is really neat. Oh, this is a nice, pretty new bus stop. I find this piece of land here interesting. This is being agricultural as long as I can remember. And of course it's got big, it's owned by a large corporation. They're still leasing it out to whoever's farming it. Nathan and Associates. Somebody's waiting for a developer to spend lots and lots of money here. But in the meantime, it's still some of the old school, and there's still some trees, and still some evidence of agriculture. When I was a child and a teenager, this whole area, that's pretty much all this area was fields and agriculture, citrus fields and alfalfa fields, cotton fields. To the north, what you see in there, and I'm not even going to try and zoom on this phone because this phone just struggles to do anything. That's the backside of the outdoor amphitheater formerly known as Desert Sky Pavilion. Whoa! All right, just had some guy just roll up behind me on a bicycle, even though he had an available bike lane to use. Thanks for that, asshat. It's even worse than the fact that guy had a bike lane he could have used. I get not wanting to be just an unprotected little line of paint away from cars driving as fast as the cars are going, but this guy could easily be riding over here. On that note, I think I'm going to walk over here because that was very unnerving, having that guy fly up behind me so close to me on a bike. This is a shitty city to be a pedestrian in. Throwing that out there again. So anyway, big concert pavilion, formerly known as Desert Sky Pavilion, is over there, and that road that I cross it goes down to the has its own carpool entrances to I-10. And of course that's where there's a whole bunch of, but there's express buses that take you directly downtown, which sucks because they only run a few of them in the morning and a few of them going in the morning, coming out in the afternoon, like, they only help people that work in offices downtown, that work office schedules downtown, which is such a small minority of the people that use transit. And it just kills me that so much money is spent to cater to those people and so little is provided for people that don't have the option of driving. And it just absolutely disgusts me. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny that for all these years, as long as that concert pavilion was built, late 80s, I think the first concert I ever saw there was Lenny Kravitz and the Cult in 1991. Maybe it was built in 1990. I know it was a new concert facility then, and I don't recall that being there when I lived in Phoenix back in 1989. So, of course, maybe I just don't remember. I didn't go to any concerts there. But, yeah, the first concert I went to was in 92, into 92. And Lenny Kravitz was great. Cult was great. So I damn near walked all the way from 75th Avenue to 83rd. After waiting at that incredibly sketchy bus stop where the one dude was doing drugs. Apparently the other guy was selling drugs. There was a sketchy guy in a white t-shirt. Both of them with, 20-inch bicycles. It's basically kids-type bicycles. Just something about tweakers and those kind of bicycles just go hand in hand. And junkies, whatever. Particularly homeless junkies. Anyway, I just kind of walked around the bus stop, not really checking out the guy's stuff, but I mean, it's kind of, I'm just trying to peacefully wait for the bus stop, so it's kind of hard to not see what's happening there. And the other guy comes up to me and gets kind of close to me. He's like, mumbles something to me, like he's not enunciating very well. So it's like, da-da-da. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, I can't understand you. He goes, are you looking for something? I'm like, or do you need anything? I think that's what he said. Do you need anything? I'm like, just for the bus to hurry up and get here. And he's like, well, then you need to, I forget what he said, but it was kind of threatening along the lines of, that I was too close to him or his friend or whatever, which to me is kind of fucked up. Like, if there's anybody that doesn't belong, it's you people are the ones that don't belong at the bus stop. I'm the one waiting for the bus. Tell me I'm getting up in your business. You fuckers have no business being here whatsoever. But I think they were there not only because it's a convenient, because the bus stops seem to be the designated place in Phoenix to do drugs and deal drugs and loiter, but it was adjacent to a Starbucks drive-through, and the guy that had his sitting down on the ground with his torch and his sitting on the cement with his torch and his blues and his foil was also on a smartphone, and I'm willing to bet money he was using Starbucks Wi-Fi. So thank you Starbucks for making that available for all the homeless junkies here in the valley. They really appreciate it. Anyway, after waiting there about 10 minutes, I checked the bus stop. I checked the bus app to see, it's cash. I've got about another 10 minutes till my bus will be here. And then I actually clicked the bus in the app just to see, where exactly it was. And I got the now infamous message of live tracking is not available for this vehicle. And at this point, we're like an hour and a half plus past where the route starts. So, yeah. GPS tracking is not available for the vehicle. That vehicle straight up isn't running. But hey, there was a bus driving from 75th Avenue in Buckeye to 22nd and Lower Buckeye, empty, not taking passengers. So they can do that with nobody in it, but for some reason can't seem to get a bus to go down McDowell when it's scheduled. Next one after that's not coming for another 20 minutes. I was not staying around those sketchy people for another 30 minutes. As you see, I've walked it. Y'all missed about the first roughly half mile of this walk, but I had another person that seemed pretty sketchy asked me how to get to Glendale. I'm like, where at? And I said, well, do you mean the street? Do you mean the street or the city? Because there's a Glendale Avenue and then there's the town of Glendale. Not the same thing. And he goes, well, Glendale or Peoria? And I'm again, do you mean the city or the street? Because there's also a Peoria Avenue, and then there's the city of Peoria. And he's like, well, just the area, just somewhere in Glendale. I said, well, Glendale's a big place, dude. Where at in Glendale? And he goes, I don't know, just what bus from here will get me into Glendale? I'm like, well, let's go over there to 75th Avenue and get one going that way. I pointed north, get one going north, and that'll get you into Glendale. And it will, because if you take 75th Avenue, we're at McDowell, so let's see, next major street is Thomas, next major street is Indian School, next major street after that is Camelback, so in 3 miles he will technically be in the city of Glendale. Now, I don't know how far the Route 75 goes into Glendale. I don't know how well it connects to any other routes, so whatever point in Glendale that guy's trying to get to. But Glendale is a very large place. It is a very sprawled out and disconnected sort of place. So good luck to that guy. But, I'll always try to help somebody out with directions. But if you can't specifically tell me where it is you're going, my directions might not be very helpful to you. So, yeah. For most places, I would be going in Glendale. I certainly wouldn't be wanting to use the Route 75. But I don't know where he's trying to get to in Glendale. I mean, is he trying to get to Arrowhead Mall? Hell, for all I know, that bus goes all the way through north to Arrowhead Mall. I don't know. I don't really know the routes on this, going out this far west. I don't know. Maybe it does. But, if the guy's trying to get to downtown Glendale, I don't think that route's going to help him a whole lot. I don't know. Maybe it'll get him to a 70, maybe go west on a 70. There's incredibly large portions of Glendale which have no bus service. To that, I'm still trying to get to the Waffle House. Just barely missed this light. So I'm at 83rd Avenue in McDowell. I don't believe I've ever been to this intersection as a pedestrian. Generally speaking, if I'm at this intersection, it's because I'm going to a concert at the venue formerly known as Desert Sky Pavilion. A lot of times that's, take the exit at 83rd Avenue and go north. The entrance to the pavilion's about a half mile north of here. There's a lot of people there waiting for the 83 north. So that's what they're waiting for, because they're standing up. Alright, finally got a walk signal. And this is one scary wide-ass intersection. And so many interesting comments in the last Road Guy Rob video about crosswalks, but one guy was just venting at me in multiple places like, why are you making excuses for Stroads? Dude, I'm not making excuses for Stroads, but I mean they're here, they're not going anywhere. Now that video was largely focused on Tucson, but I mean Tucson is like a small version of Phoenix without the freeways. So, and it's got a lot of Stroads that are just as wide as this. And speaking of McDowell and this, I recall when I first started doing this vlog, I did a video where I went down McDowell from my neighborhood all the way to where it ended. Or no, I don't think I made it all the way to where it ended because I started having issues with my car. Typical. But I think I made it all the way out to Litchfield Road or something. So. And as far west as that is, I think here at 83rd Avenue, that's probably only about a little over halfway to there. So, yeah, this particular road here, McDowell Road. Oh, and I'm on the wrong side of the goddamn Stroad to get to Waffle House. And there's yeah, I don't see me jaywalking that in one piece. God damn it, I could have sworn it was on this side of the road. Grr. It's hard to really see it with the sun in my eyes there. Oh, now my phone's all out of focus. Fucking fabulous. There it goes. Wow, that's obnoxiously shiny vet. Yeah, the divides between the haves and the have-nots just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the kind of whack thing is, compared to those junkies that were at the bus stop that I didn't want to sit and wait at for another 40 plus minutes. I mean, you know, compared to them, I'm living a life of privilege. So it's all perspective, I guess. Of course, if they weren't spending their money on fentanyl, they'd probably be able to do more with their lives. But I'm not going to kid myself and say they could afford to rent an apartment, because it's very expensive to rent apartments here now. And then it's further complicated by, at this point, like, everybody charges you a fee to apply. So even if you don't qualify for the application, you lose your money. So if you saved up money to maybe have enough money, there's somebody jaywalking. He's doing pretty good. Right on, he made it. Not quite sure where and what he's trying to get to, but I understand the not wanting to wait for the light, you know, especially if you're trying to catch a bus or something. Yeah, trying to get across these giant road intersections, it's fucking time consuming for a pedestrian. Damn, 17 minutes. I can't believe how much of my time is just wasted doing this. Just trying to get places that if I had a car going from that Amazon warehouse to this Waffle House, would have taken me 10 minutes. 10 minutes. It's probably taken me about 2 hours. And of course, I wouldn't have any need to even come here if I had my car, because I would just handle the things I need to handle in my car, and I wouldn't even be scoping out places to wait before going to the Amazon gig on bus if I had my car. So there's that. But that's all right. I'm quite looking forward to a little bit of Waffle House eating. I think I got enough on my debit card to handle that. So yeah, finally made it. And I'm pretty sure there has not been a westbound Route 17 the entire time since I've been walking and left the super sketchy people doing fentanyl bus stop. But yeah, that's what it's like being a pedestrian here in Phoenix. Hope you enjoyed watching it.